Hi, Giles has asked me to put together a little video on how to manage caseload because it's getting to that time of the year when we're all going to be starting delivering our new set of courses for this autumn, and it can get a little bit daunting and it can get a little bit pressured. So I had an ask around some of the people I work with, some other tutors that I've worked with, and we've come up with just a few ideas very briefly that may be helpful. So the first thing is to prioritise. Think about your own circumstances. Think about pinch points that are going to be occurring around the time of the delivery of your course and towards day 5. Set some dates. So think about when you are going to have sufficient time to mark the coursework that's going to come in, feed it back, and maybe take second submissions from your candidates. Following on from making your priorities and setting some dates for yourself, the second thing to do is to communicate this and agree this with your co-tutor. It may be that that's not going to work for them, so we've got to find some compromise and make sure it's all okay for everybody. So clear communication, early communication there would probably help a great deal. Following on from that, once the course has started, I think the next communication needs to be with the candidates as early as possible in the course. So give them the deadline dates. You don't need to scare them straight away by telling them everything that's involved in what's going to come in at those points, but give them those deadline dates so they've got a heads up too, and they can do the same as you've done and prioritise and clear some time to make sure that they can get the stuff done and they can get it into you, and it's going to be beneficial to everybody involved. So we get to the point then when the work starts coming in. And at that point, I think for me personally, I've found that the way that I give feedback on the tasks that have come in has helped me tremendously to deal with the workload. So what I tend to do is either have a blank sheet of paper next to me when I'm marking work and I'm making detailed comments and action points down there, or a split screen. So I've got a document open and I've got the learner work, the candidate work there, and I'm writing the comments specific to what needs to be improved or added to or expanded or whatever into that Word document. And then all I've got to do when I want to give them the feedback is just cut and paste it into the feedback box on the Learning Hub. So that makes it nice and clear. We teach the candidates to do it, set them smart targets, tell them exactly what you want them to improve and when you want them to improve it by. So they've got a clear deadline by when you want it back. And it's nice and detailed, not giving them the answers, but it's just saying in your third paragraph on task B, on your overview, you need to expand this or you need to make this clearer or whatever it is. I'm just making it off the top of my head, but just do something along those lines, because once they've got something that they can get a handle on, the second submission should be just what you need, and then you can sign it off. And that's about it, really. Remember that not everybody's going to stick to the deadlines and the dates that you give, and not everybody's going to get it in 2 submissions. But if you can, try and just make it really nice and systematic and straightforward. Fingers crossed you don't get 4 submissions from all of your candidates. You don't get no time at all in the week leading up to day 5, and you can have a bit of a life as well. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.